Hi learners, welcome to Everest Camp Competitive Studies for English, your one-stop solution for all the queries.
Hello students, Namaskar. My name is Priyam Mukherjee and I am here to help you in English. You can call me your English teacher and English guide as well, whatever you wish. See, this video is mainly focused on English grammar. Like students who are studying in between 7th standard to 11th standard, they used to have this chapter, and definitely this is one of the important chapters of English grammar, and for some students it may cause some difficulties. So I'm starting with this chapter because see, there are a lot of chapters which can easily be solved, but there are some chapters which need some good help. So today we are starting with phrase and clause. I think you all have heard about this. Phrase and clause, see, the basic thing is the phrase and clause both are group of words, right? Group of words. With group of words, what do? We use it for our own different purposes. Like phrase has different purpose, clause has different purpose, but we all do it to make the sentence to more swift, more crisp. In a way, we can make a sentence more crisp, short, small and crisp with using phrase and clauses, right? So first we will start with giving the definition of phrase and clause. What is phrase and what is clause? See, if we ask about the definition, we won't go with any grammatical long definition because that may cause some boring into the class. So I don't think that is a very much helpful thing. So I think what is more practical, I want to discuss that. How you can find out what is a phrase and what is a clause when it is already used in a sentence. When you are reading, suppose a story, when you are reading a prose, when you are reading any sentence, you have to find out that here, is there any phrase lies in this sentence? Is there any clause lies in this sentence? So how can you find out that? For that we must know at first the basic definition of phrase and clause. We are starting with that first. Like first, if you take about phrase is a group of words which is used in a sentence, every kind of sentence in general, but it does not have any sentence-like structure. Okay, and what do I mean by sentence-like structure? See, we all know from probably to second or third or fourth standard, we all have learned the structure of a sentence. What is the basic structure of a sentence? The basic structure of a sentence is you have to start with the subject, then there is a verb, then there is an object. So this subject, verb, object, this format is the basic structure of a sentence. But what phrase does not follow this pattern, and clause follows. So both are group of verbs. Phrase is also a group of word, clause is also a group of word, but phrase does not follow this sentence-like structure, but clause follows. That's why you can find out a subject in a clause, but not in phrase. You can find out a verb in clause, but not in phrase. See, sometimes we use participle phrases and there is a lot of variations. There you can find some verbs, but that is not finite verb. Like you know what is finite verb, na? Which meaning is complete. The work is complete. So you can find a verb which is not finite in nature in phrase, but you will definitely find a verb in clause that is a finite verb in nature, right? And a subject as well. So just if we start with just basic example, like the first one, I'm giving you two examples. One is with phrase, one is with clause. You try to find out what is phrase, what is clause. I'm just saying you two sentences. Number one, the boy with brown hair is my brother. Number two, the boy who has brown hair is my brother. two sentences, same meaning, but one is used with, one is said with phrase, like help of phrase, and one is used in the help of clause. You find out what is phrase and what is clause. First sentence, I again tell you, the boy with brown hair is my brother. And the second sentence is, the boy who has brown hair is my brother. You find out. I'm giving you 30 seconds for that. See, remember what I said about phrase and clause. Clause follows a sentence-like structure. Phrase does not. So here, if you find out the first sentence, the boy with brown hair is my brother. Like, see, with brown hair, this part, if you remove this part, what will be left there over there? The boy is my brother. The boy is my brother, it is also a sentence. Like, with brown hair, it is an, what I can say, it is an extra thing, but it is not the main thing which cannot be denied. The sentence cannot be formed without this part. That is not the case. Like, if you remove something, suppose if you remove the boy, the sentence would not get formed. You cannot form a sentence without subject. But if you remove with brown hair, you can form a sentence. And with brown hair, there are three words. That's a group of words. But look at carefully. There is no subject. There is no finite verb. But in the second sentence, the boy who has brown hair is my brother. See here, who has brown hair. This is also a part of sentence which can be removed. Without this part also, you can write the sentence, and that will be a working sentence in grammatical forms. But who has brown hair? This is an extra subordinate part. I think you have heard the word subordinate while reading clause. So it is a subordinate part. Subordinate means what? An extra part which is depending upon the other part, the other important part, which is unavoidable. So here you can find, see, who has brown hair? Who, subject, has, here is verb. Like we know, have verb, has, these are helping verbs, auxiliary verbs. So this is a verb. And brown hair is the object part in this sentence, right? In this, not a sentence, sorry, in this part which is formed like a sentence. So this group of word is called clause, and the previous group of word with brown hair is called phrase, because one is formed in a sentence like manner and one is not formed in a sentence like manner, right? So this is the basic differentiation of clause and phrase. I think you can easily find out that. See, when we are talking about the differentiation, there are also some similarities as well. Like, if you read phrase and clause, what are the similarities? Number one, these both are group of words, and both are used in sentences as a supporting player. Like, it always plays a supporting role. I don't think you won't ever come across with a phrase and a clause which is in the main front of a sentence. Like, it always plays a supportive role. And when the clause is the main part of the sentence, we don't call it a subordinate clause anymore. We call it a main clause, and we don't read the different parts of main clause, because that is unavoidable. We only study, we can change the thing which is extra, right? You can suppose, for example, main clause is like the basic structure of anything. Like, suppose there is a painting. That painting, the structure, the painting you have done with pencils, that is like main clause. That is unavoidable. You have to sketch that thing before putting any colors to it. And subordinate clause means putting colors onto it. You can add any color you wish. In the same way, you can put any phrase, any clause you wish, but the main thing, the sketch, always remains to be the same, right? So here, phrase and clause both are group of verbs. I said you, both plays supporting role. I said you in a sentence, and both can be differentiated. Both can be named after any parts of speech, like noun, there is noun phrase, there is noun clause, there is adjective phrase, there is adjective clause, there is adverb phrase, there is adverb clause, right? So see, there are difference in this, but at the same time it is also similar in many ways. That's why it becomes sometimes confusing, otherwise it's very easy. Acha, one thing you must remember, we always studied parts of speech as a single word matter. Like I'm giving you an example, we always studied noun, and when I ask you to write any example of noun, what you write? Probably you start tracking your name, right? Probably you are starting with your name, then go to Ganga, then go to probably name of your school, then go to Himalayas, then go to India, whatever you wish. But the thing is, noun, these parts of speech, the word is parts of speech. Speech is considered as sentences, and the parts of sentences formed in a manner that two or three words, maybe more than that, 5 words can form a single part of speech. Like here you are finding that there are clauses, and clauses are generally named after one part of speech. So there are 3, 4, 5 words which form a single part of speech, working as a single part of speech. That's why that is noun clause, or that's why that is adjective clause. Like a whole phrase is working as a noun, that's why it is noun phrase. A whole phrase is working as a adverb, that's why it is adverbial phrase. If it does not work like that, then this name would be, this giving of these names would be foolish, na? So mind this thing, parts of speech is not a single word matter. 2, 3 words can also form a noun, 2, 3 words can also together form an adjective, 2, 3 words also can together form an adverb. Form an adverb means work like an adverb. Form a noun means work like a noun. 2 or 3 words together can work like a noun, 2 or 3 words can together work like an adjective, 2 or 3 words together work like an adverb. Remember that. So we have told you the similarities of this. Now we are going to the differences what lies between phrase and clause. See, the main difference is what I said when I was discussing the definition. Like the main difference is a phrase does not have a sentence like structure, but a clause has. That is the main thing. Clause has a subject, clause has a finite verb. So phrase does not have a subject, phrase does not have always a verb. And phrases generally used in simple, compound, complex, all 3 types of sentences. But clauses maximum times, mostly they are used for complex sentences. That is the 2 differences that I want to say you, because it is important. So now the main idea is to understand these things with examples, because without examples how can you understand that what is noun and what is adjective. Like first I'm starting with noun. In one hand, you will see in the video, in one side there will be noun phrases and one side there will be noun clauses. Like if I start with the first example, I know his name. What is the phrase part here? I is subject, know is verb, and what is left? Object, his name. His name is the phrase. And if I change this line into a clause oriented sentence, then how it will become? It will become like, I know what his name is. See, I am breaking the part his name. What his name is. In the first time I was using his name. I was shortened up the thing. And here I am breaking it a bit more. What his name is. What his name is. What is subject? Is verb. His name is the object part. The next sentence. This is my address. This is with phrase, my address. In the noun clause format, what I will say? This is where I live. The third sentence you will find out. See, third sentence is a bit tricky and unique as well. See, everybody knows that everybody knows about Ramin Babu's kindness. Everybody knows about Ramin Babu's kindness. What is the phrase over here? Which part? I have already told you this is a noun phrase because it is working like a noun, right? Everybody knows about. Everybody knows what everybody knows. If you ask the subject with what is the answer comes from that? That is noun. What knows? Sorry, everybody knows about Ramin Babu's kindness. So what everybody knows? Ramin Babu's kindness. The noun phrase is Ramin Babu's kindness, and the other part is what? If we turn it into noun clause, then what I will write? I'll write everybody knows that Ramin Babu is kind. Everybody knows that Ramin Babu is kind. So what I made, I break the sentence. I break the phrase Ramin Babu's kindness into everybody knows that Ramin Babu is kind. Ramin Babu's kindness, 2 words. Ramin Babu is kind, 3 words. Both are group of words. One is phrase, one is clause. Right. Then if we move to adverb, adjective phrase in the second form, like I'm saying you the examples, you can definitely see this in the screen. A car running at full speed collided with another car. That is adjective phrase. A car which was running at full speed collided with another car. That is adjective clause. And you the phrase part and the clause part is in bold letters, so you can easily understand that. And the next example is a man without character is like a ship without a rudder. A man hit a very this is a very old line phrase, I think. A man without a character is like a man without a rudder. A ship without a rudder, sorry. A man without character, the man who does not have any character. So I had broke it up in the clause part. A man who has no character, and then is like a ship without a rudder is like a ship which has no rudder, right? And the last part is adverb phrase, adverb clause. Some people call it adverbial phrase, adverbial clause. Acha, remember one thing, adjective clause is also called relative clause. That's also another synonym for that. Adverb phrase, I will come at your residence. Adverb clause, I will come where you reside. Like see, in the first case I use at your residence. In the second case I use where you reside. Next sentence is he was imprisoned for a long time after joining the revolutionary group. And the clause part is he was imprisoned since he joined the revolutionary group. One I have said using the word phrase, using the grammatical part phrase, another one is clause, right? So the first noun examples, you have to understand, you have to discuss the examples to understand the whole thing. Then you have to understand the whole thing, then you have to relate with the examples. How do we talk in real nature? How do we write in the exams? How do we speak with our teachers, with our friends? See, we always use these things. So first we have to discuss the thing, then we have to understand the thing, then we have to relate the thing with our common daily life, right? So this is the class of phrase and clause. I think after the class, if you watch the full video, you can understand the basic formats of this class and what are the main matters, main features of a phrase and a clause, and I think it will be definitely helpful for you, right? So yeah, this was the class, and I think your confusions, all you have in mind about phrase and clause has ended. And if it still exists, then definitely put some comments in the comment section, and I will make a much more clearer video for the students, right? For study, all the best, keep growing in your life, and this is a Tata bye from your teacher and guide, Priyam Mukherjee. And if you have any problem, you can contact me in the comment section. You can comment and I'll definitely reply to that. Thank you.